Welcome to A Dose of Health, your quick but deep dive into practical health and wellness tips from New Jersey experts, all in 15 minutes or less. I'm Kate Chericello-Tente, certified fitness professional and creator of Healthy in the Garden State. This mini-series is a part of our mission to spotlight the people, places, and resources across New Jersey, helping us to live healthier, fuller lives. Find these episodes and all things from Healthy in the Garden State at healthyinthegardenstate.com. We are going to hone in on your golf game from a physical therapist perspective today. Dr. Paul Kochoa earned a doctorate in physical therapy from Mercy University and a BS in exercise physiology from Rutgers. He is a board-certified orthopedic clinical specialist, certified golf medical professional and golf fitness instructor, certified dry needling specialist, and CrossFit coach. For over 25 years, he has enjoyed assisting active adults in Morris County get strong, flexible, and resilient so that they can say yes to adventure and fun. Paul, it is so great to get to talk with you today. And please share with me, of all the different ways you could focus in choosing a physical therapy path, why did you choose to focus on things like golf and CrossFit and the areas that you picked?
The niche that I started out in basically is just stuff that I love to do. I always liked working out and being in the fitness field. And then later on, when my father-in-law gave me a set of clubs and I started getting into golf, all of that is just a study of movement. And, it's the only sport where the ball doesn't move. It's all about your own movement, your own body mechanics. So that's just basically all kinesiology, everything that we learned in PT school. So it just kind of fit pretty well. And, that's pretty much where I want to try and mix things up. It's like, well, as an athlete or a golfer, golfers are athletes. We need to be able to move well. And CrossFit is a exercise program that does expose your body to weaknesses and shows your deficits off that you need to work on. So that's where we kind of meld the two worlds together.
Amazing. Yeah, because I was impressed reading your bio too of just the different elements that you've been certified in over the years and trained in. And I'm sure that all combines for a really fantastic full body just benefit for golf or whatever your clients are working towards.
Yeah. It's like I'm like a PT nerd, really. Diving down into all the issues that musculoskeletal and orthopedic stuff that I can get my hands into, and different treatment styles and everything. I'm always trying to learn something.
That's fantastic. It's and needed, right, in life for sure. So, Paul, tell me. So, let's say I want to learn how to golf, which I do. So, what do you do first? What do you tell someone? Like, do you start with the conditioning? Do you start with a driving range? Should you hire someone? Kind of what's step one and two there?
I mean, there are shortcuts, right? You can go by yourself, and sort of what I did is I just went to the driving range, took these secondhand clubs and started hitting. And then you go into YouTube and you look at all these videos and you go down the rabbit hole of all these swing techniques. But the shortcut is that if you had like an assessment, like a physical exam, like a annual physical that you go to a physician for, if you go to a physical therapist, get your body checked out and see where your deficits are, where you're tight, where your mobility and stability issues are. And then you kind of take that information and then say, hey, you know what? I'm going to take a couple lessons. And then the swing coach is able to kind of take the knowledge and what you know about your body into developing a swing that works for you. And I know a lot of people have like different body types, short, long, short or tall. So their equipment needs to fit as well. So sometimes people start off with clubs that are too short or too long or too heavy. So there's like a three-prong approach, really. It's the equipment, your physicality, your fitness, and your swing skill. So those are the three things that I would kind of work on. But as a new golfer, as a newbie, just go have fun. Maybe takes a friend who has already played, who knows, and then just go hit some balls. And then you want to fall in love with the game first and not get too bogged down into why are you trying to swing so much, or issues with the ball's not going where you want it to go. Just have fun. Have fun first.
Great advice in there. And something that I know I hadn't really thought of is the idea of, oh, I could at my physical get a referral for PT specifically for something like this, like learning to golf or another sport or other conditioning.
Well, the secret is this, is that you don't need a referral. You could go to any physical therapist basically in all of America and just go get an evaluation. You don't need to go see your physician for a referral. That used to be the way it was, like probably like maybe 12, 15 years ago. But now we've really transitioned where physical therapists are primary care providers for any movement dysfunction.
Excellent. That is so fantastic to hear. And I hope that, someone listening that might not realize this is going, aha, I can make this happen for me. And and you know what, Paul, once someone gets out there, be it for golf or for another physical activity that's outside, what do they really need to be aware of regarding the sun and hydration and maybe staying mobile through it?
Oh yeah. So there's a specific, like I have videos on YouTube as well, and you can look on YouTube about how to properly warm up your body, right? So there's a lot of rotation that happens. Your lower back is not designed to rotate. Your hips and your thoracic spine are. So you're going to do specific stretches for that. As far as like the sun, the ultraviolet rays, we want to also wear sunscreen, right? So that's like a guaranteed non-negotiable in the summer, especially. But for water intake, what people need to understand is that you will dehydrate first before you become thirsty. So that thirst signal happens way late and your body's already drying out. So my recommendation is at the beginning of the day, before you go out for your round, you want to be able to consume half of your body weight in ounces of water, and then sip and continue to drink during your round. Get 20% of your body weight in water in the middle and before your round. And then by the end of the day, you should be able to consume at least half of your body weight in ounces in water. Now, in order for you to absorb it and not just kind of excrete it, you have to put some type of electrolyte in there, maybe like a pinch of salt, or they have like these commercial tablets or powders that you can put in the water so that you can absorb it better.
Excellent. There has been so much great information in just these few couple minutes that we could just end right now, but I have more things to ask you about. But thank you.
Sure.
What is your favorite all-time exercise? Or, pick a couple if there are a couple that really help someone with their golf game.
An exercise that would help their golf game, it would be anything pulling. So the one thing that happens is that with the kinematic sequence of the golf swing, you want to be able to use your glutes and your hips to generate that power from the ground. But essentially, it's really about pulling that club from the top of your backswing down into the ball. So any rowing motions will work the posterior chain or your back muscles or your lats. Those are the ones that help to pull. And then any hinging type motions like a deadlift or a Romanian deadlift or an RDL or even like a step up, those things will activate your glutes and your posterior chain down your leg. So those two combinations would be my choice.
Excellent. I know you have kids and a wife and you're in a great walkable town because maybe Paul happens to live in the same town I do. We realize that over time. But what are your favorite activities to do with your family to stay active?
It's like, depending upon my kids have changed in their interests. So we live right across from the park, right? And the playground. So they used to love just running across the street and going into the park. But now it's totally changed where they're very sedentary. And I have to pull them out away from that screen and say, hey, let's go for a walk, or at least go to the mall. Got to trick them a little bit. We'll go to the mall, we'll take a walk and do something like that. We used to do hiking. I mean, it's changed in the past probably like 3 to 5 years. They've gotten less. And now they get their activity mostly through their school stuff, through sports, especially my son and my daughter. They do it through that. Yeah, they're becoming more independent now.
So it's a constant adaptation as a parent as the kids change and get older.
I know. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Right now, I'm still at the point where my toddler will sit in the stroller for long periods of time, and I'm going to ride that wave as long as possible
Yeah.
because I know there's a time limit on that.
Yeah, you got to enjoy it. Yeah, enjoy it while it
Yes,
lasts.
those long walks through the parks and trails, amazing. Yes, indeed. But Paul, now on the flip side, if someone is thinking about becoming a physical therapist, I think it's such
Yeah.
a great career. And like we said at the start, there's a lot of different facets you can look into. Do you have any advice for someone to maybe not feel so overwhelmed by all the options within the field?
The one thing that happens though, when you go into school, when you actually decide to go,
Mhm.
during the last year of school, you'll have to go through these rotations and you'll
Yes.
get exposed to all the different environments that you could work. Outpatient, where you're working with, people that come to the clinic, or subacute, or an acute care setting where you're in a hospital or a rehab facility, or home care where you're going to somebody's home. My advice is you will develop a, I guess, favorite or preference through those rotations that you do. But as a new grad, when you're learning, you want to pick a place that exposes you to as many other physical therapists as possible.
Mhm.
So at one end of the spectrum is home care, where you will be going solo to each patient's house and treating them at home. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you're going to be working in a clinic or rehab facility where there's a lot of different diagnoses and a lot of different therapists. That's probably my preference as a new grad, because you can learn as much as you can from so many cases of patients, different types of patients, and different therapists. So that's the best case scenario.
That is a really great insight that I know wouldn't be the first thing in my brain, but makes so much sense. So thank you for sharing that. And Paul, you have so many great resources on your social media accounts and websites. So can you share with us where people can find you and what those links would be?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. I think everything's under the Par 5 PT brand. So if you look up on Instagram, PAR number 5 PT, you'll come up to my account. And from the Instagram, you'll be linked into the YouTube and the Twitter account, the Facebook page. Everything's under Par 5 PT.
Great. Excellent. Paul, I can't thank you enough. You've given us a series so much great information here today. And just thanks for what you're doing. And I'm sure I will see you out and about in town one of these days again soon.
You got it. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to click that subscribe button on YouTube. And if you know someone who would enjoy this series, please do share it with them. If you would like to connect, partner, or have a topic you want us to cover in a future episode, reach out anytime at healthyinthegardenstate.com. Until next time, I'm Kate Chericello Tente, and this is a dose of health from Healthy in the Garden State.